What's up, everybody? Supreme Decisions here, and today I want to read something off to you because it was something that I found out because, you know, I always go after police officers, and I've also been doing a lot of little stories here and there on Harris County, Texas, which is Houston. But I want to get this one to you because now I'm going to talk about the district attorney's office, and again, emphasize why you should always challenge everything from the police officers to the district attorney to every aspect of the case and stay in control of it. Now, Harris County District Attorney's Office suspended Alex Musasas. Now, I'm probably mispronouncing his name, but you're going to actually see, hopefully, a picture and his name. Now, the reason they suspended him was because he found out there was hundreds, not 100, not 200, not 300. There were more than 500 cases before they stopped him totally that were misfiled cases, and it showed that the Harris County District Attorney's Office was guilty of overcharging. Remember, I spoke to you about that as a prosecutorial tactic. They will overcharge you to force a plea deal. Now, this is also why I always tell you, make sure you're laying out your case properly. And if you're not, that's why you need to put it over into the hands of someone that's capable of doing so. And if they're not, you hold them responsible because you are entitled to a vigorous defense. Now, here's what the gist of it is. They filed the wrong charges and convicted people in hundreds of cases that dated back to 2020. Now, keep in mind, Alex stated it stemmed from one case. He started looking at each case and with that charge. So let that sink in. It was one case he saw. So then he went back with just that one charge and went back all the way to 2020 and found over, I believe the initial number was over 300. He then started doing that. Again, I always talk about the process, line by line, precept upon precept. Everything you do has an order and a process. Once he went through those back to 2020, he found more than 300. He then went back again on a second charge and went all the way back to 2020 before they stopped him. He found a couple of hundred more on a second charge, more than 300, and then began looking and found hundreds more. This is why I speak about the most difficult people to work for are the innocent, because innocent people think the law works how it's supposed to be or as is written, and forgetting that this is an adversarial system where you actually have to fight. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. You have to fight. And if you're choosing not to fight, the other side has not forgot their job to get money and make you pay the most for whatever it is they feel you should pay for, even if you're not guilty of it, which is why they are so comfortable with overcharging you. And this young man was suspended because he found out they were doing this illegal tactic. Now, the district attorney in Harris County was okay with the overcharging error, as they called it. Like, it was an overcharging error that they did hundreds of times, which made it an actual practice. I'm going to say that one more time. They did the overcharging error hundreds of times, just from two charges, and the second charge wasn't even finished from his hunting, but it was an error, and the district attorney was okay with it. Understand that. But what got Alex suspended was when he emailed defense attorneys about this error. I'm gonna let that sink in. They were okay with it being internal. They were not okay with him notifying the defense about these errors. Why? Because the prosecutor has a legal obligation to notify the defense of any errors and anything that is exculpatory. An error in charging is exculpatory. Why? Because doing it is illegal. But here's the next part of that. Why were the defense attorneys that he notified, why weren't they fighting this before the notification? Because again, remember, he's going all the way back to 2020. So that means they're not doing a detailed discovery. They're not even vigorously defending you. This is why it is best for you to get a guide and do it yourself. I'm a staunch advocate of that, because no one cares about you more than you. He caught his office criminally overcharging, and these were his supervisors that were negligent and that was doing the overcharging. Now, the biggest issue is, why aren't you making sure your attorney that you're paying for is doing a detailed discovery? And why aren't you challenging everything that someone else says? You have a problem with someone saying or even calling you the wrong name, but you're okay with someone saying you're guilty of something that you aren't even accused of knowingly. Challenge everything. Supreme, and I'm out.